local soccer player is getting a big opportunity. Julia Benati signed with Ottawa Rapids FC in the new Northern Super League this week. She grew up playing in Dorchester, and then she played for FC London here in the city. And Julia's been an excellent player for a long time. She was named midfielder of the year 4 times since 2019. She also has a bunch of all-star selections. So we have Julia here to talk about her soccer journey and this new opportunity. Julie, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's so great to have you. So congratulations, first off. How does it feel to go to Ottawa to be in this new league?
It is pretty surreal, honestly. I've had to previously go overseas to pursue my dream of professional soccer. So to be back home in Canada, playing in front of your own family, your own friends, and get to inspire the next generation of young girls, it's a cool opportunity in front of us.
So with an opportunity like this, does soccer and playing soccer get to be your job?
It does. It's kind of crazy to say that. I get to play a game I played growing up as a child as my career, and I got to do that when I was overseas for a few short stints, but to be back home and not have to work another job because the Northern Super League is investing in women's soccer and they're trying to actually make this a sustainable future for women's soccer players.
So what do we know about the Northern Super League at this point?
Not a whole lot. Everything is pretty brand new here, being the inaugural season, but the season starts mid-April, and they're kind of bringing players back from playing overseas. So a lot of local players are coming back home from their professional stages overseas, and then there's also 7 international spots.
Right, okay. What kind of level of play are you expecting in this league?
I'm expecting it to be a pretty good quality, seeing some of the signings that have played so far, that are playing so far, and then on top of the international spots and other people, I expect it to be a step up from what we're playing currently in League One Ontario.
Okay, so how did you end up choosing Ottawa to go play for the Ottawa team?
Yeah, that was a tough decision, but I think as a player, there's a number of factors that go into your decision, and I'm a technical midfielder. I'm pretty small. I like to be on the ball, and speaking with the coach and the sporting director in Ottawa, who both were midfielders for their national teams, Canada and Denmark, their philosophy and style of play that they're trying to build within the team really suits me as a player, so I think it's going to be an environment I can thrive in.
How important is it as an athlete to be on the same page with your coaches like that?
It is super important. I've been fortunate through most of my career, from university, FC London, even when I went to Norway, to always be on teams, and I found I've done well when I'm in an environment that matches my playing style. I had my first stint in Portugal on a team that was actually a little different playing style than I'm used to, and that matches me. It was a little more to the wings, down the line, and kind of didn't build through the middle. So I didn't find I succeeded as well as I would have liked to, which changes your experience when you're so competitive and you always want to do the best you can everywhere you go.
Of course. Yeah, it must be. So it sounds like you've gotten to see a little bit of the world through playing soccer. Where else have you played?
Though that's it. I was in the States, so I got to see a bit of that for my D1 career, and then being in Norway was amazing. It was nature I've never seen before, and I loved that country. And then Portugal, which was cool, getting to explore another country as well.
So I saw that you were the first signing for this new Ottawa team. Do you at this point know who you'll be playing with at all? Do you have any idea?
We know a handful of us. Yeah. We do. But that's up and coming in the next few weeks. They're going to be doing a lot more releases.
That's so great. Okay. So women's soccer in Canada has grown significantly. Like it's on all of our radars, at least through the national team that we watch in the Olympics and at the Women's World Cup. Why do you think it feels like women's soccer is having a little bit of a moment right now?
Yeah, I think that's because of what this league and Diana Matheson is doing for our country. They're really trying to make women's soccer something that is in our country. Before, we all had to leave our homes and go overseas to play professionally, and for the first time ever, we have a domestic league. And I think just how if you have a son and you put them in hockey in Canada, you have a clear pathway of how to get into the NHL. And we haven't had that for women's soccer. We all graduate university, and it's almost a bit of a dead end for us that if you're not on the national team, soccer's not a career for you. So to have that league at home it just opened so many doors for young girls in the future.
When you were a kid playing soccer, like what were your dreams?
I always wanted to be on the national team growing up, and I was in the provincial program in high school, training with a lot of the national team players that are currently there. And with choosing the path of chiropractic, I took 4 years after university that weren't as serious into soccer because soccer has never paid a lot. So I was getting a career to support myself in the future. And kind of that time away, it's a challenging and unclear path to get back into the program. So I'm hoping, just like across the border, the NWSL, how people get directly called right into the national team from doing well in the league, that I'm hoping to build a league that's strong enough in the future for young girls to have that clear pathway.
Have you been working as a chiropractor?
I have, yeah. I graduated in 2022, but then I went overseas. And then after tearing my knee when I got back this past kind of year, I can't sit still. So I started working as a chiropractor for the time being.
That's great. How's your knee feeling now?
It's doing great, yeah. I was fortunate to have a good season this summer to kind of get me back on my feet before this opportunity professionally again.
So Julia, just before we go here, how big do you think this league can get?
I'm hoping that it's going to be massive, and I want to be part of that history of the first ever professional women's league, that maybe we can get 20,000 fans at games or more.
Yeah, like the women's game, the women's hockey game in Vancouver drew like 19,800 last night. It's some really incredible numbers. So we really look forward to following it. Congratulations again, and best of luck this season that starts in a couple of months.
Yes, so exciting.